Blowing up testosterone can be a hassle and seemingly impossible for some, but how do we actually go about blowing up our testosterone levels? Is it just as simple as testosterone, or is there multiple nuances that we need to understand to fully grasp how to increase it? If you don't know who I am already, my name is Ryan Young. I'm a fellow self-improvement enthusiast just like you, and I'm on the same journey on getting muscular and shredded. The first thing we need to really understand about what testosterone is that there are multiple components that make it up, such as estrogen, DHT, and how you can create free testosterone. Now, how do these things actually affect or interact with the testosterone molecule? For firstly, estrogen, the ratio and balance of which it controls testosterone is highly important. The more estrogen you have, the less testosterone, because your body is going to automatically downregulate it. It's an automatic process your body has. Think of it as a balance, a scale, essentially. Now, if you tip the scale one way, your body is going to downregulate another hormone. If you have too much DHT, it's going to downregulate estrogen. Therefore, the estrogen cannot convert to testosterone. Now, what is causing these things? The first thing we need to talk about is estrogenics. Now, what exactly are estrogenics? Well, you may not have been told this, but most of, if not everything you're surrounded by can increase your estrogen. Plastics, foods, even the air we breathe. It's genuinely insane to think about how everything in our world can affect our testosterone levels. But that's why I'm making this video, to make us aware of such things. How do we avoid, or how do we necessarily not really avoid, but, change our habits to get rid of these estrogenics? Well, there are multiple things you can do, such as lessening the amount of plastics you use to avoid microplastics, which can disrupt your endocrine system, which is highly toxic to your overall testosterone levels, which is a simple solution to this problem, but it's much more complex as we go down the line. Certain foods and even behavioral actions can change your testosterone levels. Now, what I mean by this is the behavior you have is how your brain dictates how much testosterone you're able to release. The more aggression you have, the better it is. The less aggression you have, the worse. Because aggression is competition, and competition is when your brain deems it right or worthy to release higher testosterone levels. Now, let's say you have no competition. Let's say you're feminized by the world around you. Well, even your social life can make you lower test. You need to surround yourself with more hardcore people. You need to surround yourself with an environment of stress, because when an environment of stress is created, your body has to adapt to such stress and therefore increases your testosterone levels. But as we said before, the testosterone will convert into estrogen. So how do we avoid this? To lower your estrogen levels overall, you don't want exactly low estrogen. Remember, we talked about the balance. We want an equal portion, an equal ratio. So as long as you're healthy and you lower the microplastics while doing these behavioral improvements, you'll be able to see a massive exponential increase in testosterone. As long as you're getting your sleep, training, and eating right too. So what is this about feminization that is so important? Well, a lot of people have been lied to and told, we don't need to go to the gym, we don't need to have competition, we don't need to be aggressive. These are the three main things that are going to make you one of the highest test people in your workplace, your school, wherever you're at. Make sure that you don't overstress yourself though, because testosterone is like all things in diminishing returns. Too much of one thing, aka stress, aka training, can lower it overall due to higher cortisol levels, which is another hormone, a steroidal hormone, which can decrease test and increase other things such as prolactin and estrogen, which you do not want because the ratio will therefore be skewed. Your body needs to have this equal ratio of estrogen, testosterone, DHT, everything. Because if something's off balance, it means that one thing in your lifestyle, one of your habits is not working correctly. But what I like to do is experiment with different lifestyle habits, such as if I'm not feeling good on carbs, like sometimes I'll just cut out carbs completely. And that might sound insane to you. That might sound completely, and utterly just bonkers. But there's reasoning behind these little experimentations, because you're seeing exactly what your body needs to balance your own hormones, because everyone's hormones is individualistic. There isn't one size fits all. There isn't, one thing. Everyone has a different DNA. Everyone has a different reaction to everything in the world. Some people might have less of a reaction to microplastics, although I do suggest that microplastics are highly toxic, so you should avoid them. But we all know the basic things. Now we're going to introduce something called sex hormone binding globulin. What is this? This is a molecule that binds testosterone to receptors. If you have higher SHBG, then your testosterone levels will not be working, no matter how high they are. You want to have higher free test in your ratio. Why? Because the higher the free test, the more available aggression you're going to have, the more available anabolism you're going to have, the more available, testosterone. And testosterone does what it does. It is a sex hormone, and it allows you to be a beast. So how do we get your SHBG back on track if you're thinking about it? Well, first of all, we need to increase those daily habits, the sunlight. Keep that routine, get that sunlight, get that sleep, make sure you're getting the workout, hydration, proper diet. It's literally as simple as this. A lot of people overcomplicate it. Like I said at the start of the video, it is only as complicated as you want it to be, right? It is only as complicated as you want it to be. You can increase your test levels by like over 200 by eating the right foods, by eating like 4 eggs a day. You can do it, bro. By getting enough fats in your diet, by getting enough cholesterol, because cholesterol is a precursor to testosterone. I'm sure you're learning a lot of things you already know in this video, but there's a lot of things you already don't know in this video. SHBG, all these hormones, the interactions between these hormones, how they work in tandem to help your body, how they work in tandem to help your heart rate, your brain function. Everything is affected by your hormones. This is the thing that I want you to take away from the video if you didn't take away anything else. Your hormones are dictated by the environment around you and your DNA. So it's an epigenetic and a genetic thing at the same time. You have to learn how to control what you can control. Some people just cannot honestly control anything, and that's fine, right? You might not be able to control the variable of sleep. You might not be able to control the variable of sunlight, depending on where you live in the world. But if you can control something, it's your testosterone levels. A lot of people will say, oh, well, I'm low test because of my situation, my circumstances. But it's mostly just an excuse. As long as you can do push-ups, you can increase your test levels. Aggression. As long as you can go outside, you can increase your test levels. Vitamin D. As long as you can eat fat. Eggs. So it's as simple as, you believing in it too, like visualizing it, like fully manifesting your own testosterone levels. Fully manifesting it in your mind, your beliefs, is also another way to increase your test levels. It may seem like you're just falsifying it, but having this belief allows you to your brain actualizes this. Your brain genuinely actualizes this, and it forces you to create that testosterone. It forces your freaking gonads to create more testosterone. It all generates from the pituitary gland. Inside of this little gland inside of your brain activates the synthesis of these hormones, and it continues the downstream effect. It's all intricate. It's intricately designed. It's intricately designed to be this way. We need to understand how these building blocks sit on top of each other, how we can connect the puzzle pieces. Because in the end of the day, it's not that complex. And blowing up your testosterone is as simple as what you do in your own habits. But yeah, if you took anything away from this video and how to blow up your testosterone levels, or just complete new understanding on hormones, then just follow along my journey. I'm a self-improvement enthusiast, as I said at the start of the video, and yeah, that's the video on how to blow up your testosterone by 200 nanograms. Peace.